Hello,
Yo,
Joe.
yo.
What's up, man?
Living the dream, baby. Living the dream.
Are you poor today?
I don't know. I looked at it for a second. All the rebase tokens are taking a big hit. But a lot of the stuff that I'm holding personally, is up. So, to me, I think there's a rotation going on. And I think it's also tied to I don't want to call it a sell-off, but the more Evergrande crap out there, and BTC down some. I don't even know how far, and ETH down some, but my feeling on that stuff. I like it because it flushes out all the weak hands.
Yeah,
People
we can
cash
buy cheap.
out. Yeah, and you buy the dip. So, and I heard a lot of people talking about like Jarvis guys, Kingfisher. Everybody's expecting a little flush.
Yeah.
But I don't know where that ends up. I think it's dissimilar to the last one, to be honest.
Okay.
Is my feeling. So I'm not really
good.
looking at anything today. I'm just looking at new stuff.
All right. So found this handy dandy little tool I wanted to show you real quick.
Oh, cool.
Share screen. FOMO, FOHMO.io. So when you first open it, you don't see all the, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Okay. I guess I found something new. When you first open the site, you only see this, right? So you see this total value calculator, and you see, and there's a box up here at the top. So you put a wallet address in, and when you load it up, it starts with Ohm is the first one open. It'll show you can't see it here. I turned it off, but you can see you'd see your current value here of your staked Ohm in your wallet. So it'll detect all of the different ones you're in, and then you just have to load each one. So for me, I would load, where's time? Are these in alphabetical order? No, of course not. That would be
too easy.
There's Wonderland. And what else am I in? Oh, Snowbank. All right. So the interesting thing is then you can do this ROI calculator. So you can, on the right, it would show you how much it'll be worth on that at that time frame, and the percent gain. You can't see it now because I'm not showing my amounts, but this little slider will let you show when you've gotten to X value or X percentage gain over time, combined all of your rebase tokens, right? So, and that's really cool. Or you can remove one and see two of them, right? So pretty cool. Love it. Plus you get to see a list of all the ones they're tracking. So if you wanted to look at some other projects here, Phantom, Hector, Exodia, Squid Dao, Templar, Tai Chi Dao. Oh yeah. Somebody wanted us to talk about Squid Dao. Have you looked at Squid Dao? There's an NFT play in there, and I don't know. APY is 79,820, but this is a handy little tool. I like it. A little clunky in the interface in places, but overall it's pretty cool.
No, it looks really cool. I mean, the webs I'm in, other than those, I mean, I'm not in actually. Well, I'm still in Snowbank, but I was gonna roll out of that today, but I just didn't. Fortress DAO and Unis DAO, and what's the other one? I don't know. There's another one, but that's the ones that I like right now because they're relatively new. They're both going. There's Fortress.
So you can sort on balance, rebase, what farm, ecosystem. So you could sort on APY, right? So this is the smallest APY. There you go. So currently Rug, who's at 2 godzillion %.
Is that the Snow Dog reincarnation or something?
It must be. It's on Avalanche. Here, we can go look at it. Let's go look at it. Let's go look at Rug. What a great name. It's like, fuck it. We're going to rug you.
Yeah, no. I noticed
staking.
One
big. Trust me, bro.
Yeah, there you go. Gee. All right. That's the top of my list.
I fucking love the
How about that? The second one down on the left. Ponzi yield or something like that? You see that?
This is fucking great. These guys are awesome.
What are the discounts down there? It's on a small screen.
67 for Rug AVAX, 53 for Key or Chi or however you say that. AVAX, wrapped AVAX is 39.24, USDT 36.1%.
I don't understand how that gets such a high index so fast. That's something I have to figure out because, it's supposed to be like when it first starts at, you're at 0, 0.
Yeah.
And so you buy one just to keep the math easy. Then when you see an index of 2, that means now you have 2. Okay?
Right.
So the 1 turned to 2. I don't see how it turns to 36.5 in such a short
I thought it was
window.
the other way. I thought it flips the other way. Big is, well,
big means it's been around. Well, look at like Time Wonderland and theirs, and then like Klima and others that have been around a bit. I don't even know what the Omis are, but I saw a couple in there also I wanted to mention. Umami, which is on
Umami.
On Arbitrum.
Is that like Umama?
No, it's the redo of 02 Ohm.
Yeah, see, time is at 4.74.
Yeah, and then look at like
Umami.
Well, no, Umami is in that list. It's a 02 Ohm that has an official partnership with Olympus, and it's been stated as such by Olympus. So that one was at like 800. Now it's down to by 150 or so. So I haven't done anything there yet, but it's definitely one to look at. Fortress, of course, I like because they're going to that medieval metaverse game. And then Unisdao is doing the same thing. Not a medieval one, but they're doing a spice thing. Like it's like a Dune kind of thing where you're going around hunting down stuff, and you got, I guess explorers and looters and stuff. And then Klima is in a good spot right now too. I mean, it's down to like 6. I bought more of that today, to be honest. But I'm not in Time right now, and I'm not in any of those. Euphoria.
Can I sort these alphabetically?
Euphoria, I think, is the WAGMI one. I saw a lot of chat about that a couple of weeks ago. But, a lot of people talk about all of these new ones. I just wonder if it's getting saturated, to be honest.
Well, sure it is. Look, I mean, at the end of the day, the beauty of the model is, though, it doesn't work if people don't stay staked, right?
Yeah.
So if it's fluctuating wildly and doesn't have any staying power, it's going to collapse because you need people that are iron-handed to hold it and the token to have value. So, or diamond-handed. So at the end of the day, saturation, yeah, and people are spreading out their money too much probably to shit that's just launching. But look, I mean, what am I getting right now in Wonderland?
Yeah, I just look at that APY and I look
81,280%. Solid project, solid developer. I don't, I'm still in Snowbank, but that's just because I'm hoping something happens. But I mean, what the fuck? Where else do I need to be besides this and Ohm?
Well, look, with Fortress, it's kind of the same thing. I look at the rebase amount. It's giving me like a quarter of 1 fort, like a fourth of 1 fort every day.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, and I don't have a ton of money in it.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's like you just leave it, rebase, and wait for the stuff to recover, because it's either going to recover or it's not.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you're probably gonna have much bigger fish to fry at that point, because your BTC's in the shitter and your ETH at that point.
These guys better be a non, because Google's going to come slap that shit down. Galaxy Google.
Yeah, so maybe it's that their flow.
They'll be like,
Google
no,
tokens.
We're talking about the math. It's the number.
The number of tokens. And they'll say, well, okay, we got 10 law firms suing you now. Go in and tell the judge and spend $50 million to beat us. Which is like not going to happen.
No.
Hey, one other thing, if you just want to jump on just one little anecdote. Remember I mentioned IDEX.io before.
Yeah.
You need to go in and do a trade there sometime between, the first.
They got an airdrop coming?
Yeah, big airdrop. There's tons of rewards for trading in there too.
Oh.
I just went in with some money and, because I wanted to buy some IDEX myself. So I had to buy ETH first, then I bought the IDEX. And I moved in, I think, USDC or something. And, all of a sudden there's like, 40 tokens there as a reward. So,
right.
Anytime you're doing it's on Polygon, so it's cheap. So if you're going to go to QuickSwap or Slingshot or Must or, any of those, or Crystal or any of the Define, go to IDEX for a couple of days and do it there instead. Because then, and remember, if you do one trade, what happens is everybody who did any trades on QuickSwap or SushiSwap on Polygon, I believe Polygon only, prior to November 1st gets the airdrop based upon how much trading. And so, look, we've been in those DeFi pools on QuickSwap.
Yeah.
So every day when you're pulling down or multiple times you're compounding, that's a trade.
Nice.
So, I think there's going to be a huge drop coming
That's nice.
from that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I just everybody just go in there and do a trade or two. It's it's an order book system with limit orders too. So
cool.
Some people like that too. But I'm just doing it for the free stuff.
Yep. And this is not financial advice. Do your own research. These are just our opinions. We are not your or anybody's financial advisors. We shouldn't even be advising ourselves. Real quick, somebody wanted us to look at Squid Dao. I was looking at it in that FOMO tool. This is kind of interesting. So essentially these guys are like, I guess, true believers in ETH, they claim to be DeFi veterans. And they believe that their token will outperform just holding ETH by leveraging ETH for trading, I guess. So Sphere launched leveraging innovations from Nouns DAO, Curve, Olympus, Yearn, and Ethereum. It's a new model for DAOs fueled by NFTs powered by DeFi. Squid DAO's major advantage is its singular focus on getting and stacking ETH safely. Treasury ETH will soon deploy to major DeFi protocols. Governance is based on Squid NFTs and vSquid ownership. Users that participate in governance will receive 50% of revenues generated from Squid bonding. Wow. Protocol bonding fee currently stand at 10% of all Squid bonded and can be changed via governance action. Squid NFT auctions will continue daily with new NFT artists and collections on the way. That's a really interesting play.
Yeah, the other one somebody was interested in, if I'm not mistaken, was whoever turned us on to Hatter was talking about on Avalanche. I'm in there. I bought another 8 billion tokens this morning. And
have you gotten any time?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, not in any, giant quantity.
What are you up to, $140 in the staking? I mean,
no, 40. No, I'm fucking with you. No, it's like, this is my usual amount for something like that.
Gotcha.
The sub 500 range, just because I don't trust anybody.
Yeah.
I'm paranoid
That's smart.
about that way. But then I don't worry about it because I'm like, fuck it. If I lose it, I lose it. But,
and so shit's just dumping into your wallet. Time.
Yeah.
Nice.
And so eventually I'll go stake it on Wonderland. And then, then I guess you can stake that governance token on Abracadabra. And then you can pull MIM from that. And then you can buy more Hatter. But it's super cheap. Everybody's bashing it. But they have something big coming out this week next. They're talking about. But I'm like, who cares? They're going to get it or not.
Yep.
And you don't even have to stake it anywhere. It just rebases or it just feeds into your wallet. You hold your Hatter in your wallet.
Yeah.
And the time shows up. But the one that's similar to that, I haven't looked at it again. He asked us to, was Baby Danielle or something. Yeah. So, but back to Hatter 1 second. Danielle did tweet that he likes Hatter. And although it's not officially a partner, they love everybody who does degen shit with time.
Anything that connects to their ecosystem. That's awesome.
Yeah. So with Hatter, one thing to know is you gotta set the slippage kind of high because they have taxes on both buying and selling. So you got to set it at like 15%. But 7% of it is a tax to go buy time. And that's the time they reward you with. And then I think 4% goes to the devs and 2% to something else, marketing maybe, I can't remember. But it's an interesting play. Tons of tokens. But if we needed to look at Baby Danielle for one of the guys who, I don't know if it was Julio or Trader's Edge.
I think it was Trader, but we should definitely look at it. Okay. We'll try to do that on Monday or I'll look over the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, Squid Dao is interesting. I'm going to take a deeper dive on that. So I've been on a little Twitter rant about Algorand. Okay. Now look.
What's going on there?
Anthony Scaramucci has huge money. The Mooch has buttloads of fucking money in this. And a lot of VCs are in Algorand, right? So I was snarking out like, what the fuck is the value of Algorand? Nobody talks about why Algorand is better. What is its differentiator? Why would I give a shit about Algorand? And all they ever say is, well, it's really fast and cheap transactions. And I'm like, welcome to the fucking game, guys. Everybody's got that and they've got your TVL. So what are you bringing to the game, right? So I said, fuck it. I'm going to do the research. And somebody replied to me, it's got, they solved the trilemma of security, stability, blah, blah, whatever the fucking trilemma is of blockchain, right? Yeah. And he's a brilliant cryptographer, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? I don't give a shit. Nobody developers aren't going to decide to develop for you, and users aren't going to decide to do anything on your platform because you have no dApps. What makes it better? So I come to their website. It's this hokey ass shit. It looks like one of his college interns put it together with fucking front page from, 2001. And it's just shit. And there's no value. Very fast. The future of Fi, blah, blah, blah. Right. So what do? I go into the docs, right? Well, I climb into the documents. Do you know how many Python developers there are in this world?
Nah.
7 million people making a living from Python. That doesn't count hobbyists, right?
Mm-hmm.
This fucking platform, smart contracts, can be written in fucking Python. They have 2 $500 million investment funds. But none of these fuckers have enough sense on this Algorand team to, number one, get a decent web presence, but number two, talk about the most powerful thing about this platform. Yeah, it's fast. Yeah, it's safe. Yeah, it's secure. Yeah, they've solved the decentralization issue. They've solved the security and they solved the speed issue. I've actually gone through a couple of videos. I've read the documents. It actually looks like they have solved those problems, which is great. But those are not pressing problems that anybody gives a shit about in the current environment. What people give a shit about is, how are you going to recruit developers, right?
Yeah.
Well, if you can go after 7 million Python developers to build dApps on your platform, and they don't have to learn a new language, and they don't need the complexity and hassle of developing a Solidity, you've got a big fucking winner here. Oh, and get this. Every holder of Algo in a wallet automatically earns Algo rewards. Algorand owns the blockchain liquidity. The chain owns its own liquidity. So I went and bought like $350 worth of Algo last night, and I'm already got free Algo coming into the wallet, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, why? Here's what I don't understand. Why is it so hard to realize that you need to differentiate your project? So the only thing I don't trust about this project is that they have what it takes to actually market it. Like
Execute.
Yeah. You look at Scaramucci, he doesn't even understand what the value is. He's just like, oh, fast and cheap. Fast and cheap. It's great. We have a lot of money in it, right? Like I'm assuming he's like, $500 million invested plus $500 million in fund that he's launched. But I mean, this is this incredible opportunity for this. Their processing finality speeds, they claim, are faster than Visa and their capacity. You got all this power and capability, but you don't. How are you not talking about the fact that this platform, any Python developer can, and it's one of the easiest languages in the world to learn, right? So how do you not make that front and center? And what is this shit? What is this grid of shit? This is their blog. I mean, it's just, so I'm not going to make any big bet on Algorand. I found there's a couple of dApps. There's a couple of DEXs, like 24 million in volume each. There's a few games, but
what are the DEXs moving? What pairs? Just Algo and ETH, Algo, USDT?
Algo versus USDT.
So all Algo pairs. Okay.
All Algo pairs. There's a Yieldly is one of them, and Tiny something is another one. So there's like these little pairs for those, and there's like a token here for a game, or there's like some real estate play. But at the end of the day, it's like, how do you not like get this? If you've got this incredible thing, how are you not, these big investors, all these venture capitalists that are out there, they're all out there pitching it because they didn't get on Solana early. So these are all the guys that got in Algorand because all the other VCs are in Solana, right? So now they're trying to be out there pitching it just like the guys at Solana are doing. But they better hire some fucking marketing and content people to get this shit together, because there's a great opportunity. My point is, there's an awesome opportunity in Algorand, a huge opportunity. Because you could have 3 times the developers of Ethereum, like, pretty quickly, if you got out to market to developers and said, come join crypto, come join DeFi. You don't have to learn anything new. It's all here. So
here's a $300 million reward fund.
Yeah.
Come build shit.
There's multiples of those. There's a $1.5 billion fund that just launched yesterday, and their first partner blockchain is Algorand. So all these guys see the capability and power that this chain could have, but if they don't go out and properly position themselves and differentiate themselves and recruit developers, it's not gonna fucking matter. It's not gonna fucking matter.
Just see where they are on the list over here of chains on DeFi Llama. I see them anywhere.
They're probably not on there because nobody reached out to get the listing.
Yeah, it's like I love the VC perspective, and being sarcastic. It's, everybody's kind of trying to coalesce and anoint it as the one.
And look, I'm all for it, and I'll dive deep onto it if I see them get their shit together from a marketing and biz dev perspective, because I think there's an incredible capability to blow out the market if they do it right.
Funny, Secret is at number 30.
Really?
On chains.
That's interesting.
Near is like 37.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Secret. We met Secret. We met the founder of Secret. We're gonna have him on the show.
Yeah, super smart guy. Great team. Get the marketing right. They get the marketing.
Of course.
So it's like that's where these like VCs
I brought home 4 hats, 4 t-shirts, and guess which hat and shirt the kids wanted? The one that said, the hat that just said privacy, and the shirt that said secret. Right.
Yep.
So anyway, totally.
But Algorand, isn't it usually, it's like in the top 30 crypto market cap, right? It's like pretty far up there.
I mean, the algo's traded on Binance.com and Binance US and all that. So, they've got some value in the market. The token is $1.90 right now, something like that. Yeah. But it's just,
people were talking it up before, but look, I'm looking at the top 10. And, speed wise and cost wise, Solana, AVAX, I don't know about Tron, Phantom, Polygon, or Arbitrum, those are all cheap. Even Cronus is at 13. That Crypto.com, I don't want to say piece of shit, but, that's clunky. And then Moon River's in the top 20, Harmony's 20. We saw them too at the show. Optimism 23. There's all kinds of shit up here, layer 2 and layer 1 that's cheaper.
Yeah.
That's here's Algorand, number 38. Okay, they have 99 million TVL, and their market cap to TVL ratio is 114, which is way too friggin' high. When you look at everybody else, Solana is probably one of the higher ones. Yeah, 4.5. Avalanche 1.7.
Wow.
Terra 1.88. Polygon 2.98. Phantom 0.92, and Algo's at 114. Market cap to TVL, that's overpriced.
Totally.
So
and that's the problem, right? That's my point. They have this incredible, and look, I will tell you this: their founder, this brilliant MIT professor, right? He's actually awesome at explaining the value. I watched 2 videos with him last night pitching this to groups of crypto people. And he's fucking phenomenal, succinct. If I did nothing else, if the Algorand people said, Brad, we hear you, we understand what you're saying, what would you do? You could do 2 things on the website. What would you do?
First thing, hire Joe. That's the first thing they would do. Second thing is hire Brad.
Okay. 3rd and 4th things would be develop for blockchain and Python, massive fucking headline, and then a video of that founder explaining it with highlights of the features and benefits on the video. That's all. That alone would take this fucking website and their marketing 10x, because that's how bad they are. That's how pitiful they are.
Well, because they're not marketing to the right audience. They're marketing to what they think is the VC audience, and it's the ultra high net worth accredited investor Americans. And that's not your audience right now. Your audience is the crypto savvy developer types.
You got to get developers. It doesn't fucking matter. If you don't have guys writing code for your blockchain, you're dead.
You got nothing.
You got shit. Your Ethereum 2 years ago, when you go look at the DApp list and there's 3 users at the highest rated dApps, that's what you've got on Algorand. It's like shit. And it's disappointing. It pisses me off. I if you can't tell, I get very frustrated and pissed off when great technology just fucking dies on the vine, because nobody has enough sense to go, I wonder what developers would want to see, since that's who we have to go after the hardest. Like, it's like, what the fuck? And how is it that like all these brilliant VCs haven't said, dude, here's $500 million, go hire this marketing firm and these community guys, and let's blow this up. I mean, Are these guys just waiting for a pump and then they're going to dump and they don't give a shit?
Probably. No, when I would take, well, I haven't done it in a while. When I used to take clients in front of VCs, smart guys, I would also say, look, man, I'm going to tell you up front, you're smarter than these guys. Okay. But you don't want to show off.
Right.
Let me refine it into put in $1, get $50 out framework at the end. That's all they want to hear.
Right.
They don't really, they want to see if you can execute, if you can build it. Maybe you got something new, but you're the smartest one in the room today.
Right.
They aren't. And so don't put them on a pedestal. Let's talk to 10 of them and see who's the smartest and then bring them in. So, I always kind of look at a lot of not all VCs, of course. There are some brilliant ones out there.
Sure.
And I met one 2 days ago that I think was probably the best one I've ever met. And, but you have to kind of figure out, are they compatible with what you're trying to do? Are they going to let you do what you want to do? Because you're really just hiring a boss at that point.
Exactly.
So make sure you get to cash some stuff out before they come in and F it all up.
You want to know the really crazy thing? Algorand had their big developer event here the same days we were at Decentral.
Really? I didn't hear it at all anywhere about that.
Nothing.
Where were they?
It doesn't say. Oh, well, here we go. It's called
they're
Decipher.
Probably at the strip club up the street. Yeah, that's
Decipher. Oh, shit. Meltham's involved. Arrington's in. Fucking Arrington knows how to market shit.
Well, maybe there's something going on behind the scenes that we just can't see.
This is the founder. The guy's brilliant, and he explains things beautifully. The Mayor Suarez was speaking there too.
Where was it though? I just want to see
how much.
To find out. It looks like Wynwood down there.
Yeah,
they were at the lab.
Wynwood Arts District.
Yeah,
it's all Wynwood.
I've been there a bunch. I was down there last.
They didn't need a venue that holds more than 20 people, so they're cool.
Yeah. No, exactly. All right. So this year's plan at the meeting, and they're telling everybody, is to go find developers. So we need another $500 million to go find developers. Oh, okay. So it's a build it and they will come strategy, huh? All right. Where what you really want to say is, will the dogs eat the dog food?
Exactly.
Which means, will people build on it? Will people use it?
Yeah.
I don't know them that well, so I'm just kind of following on Brad's enthusiasm here. But
I really think this thing has massive potential, and that's why I'm so pissed.
But I'm gonna, when it dips, when it in any flush, it's gonna take a hit. I'm gonna look at it then.
Yeah,
I'm not looking at it now. I don't even know what the chart looks like, but I remember
I only bought a little bit because I want to play with it.
Little bits like that. Yeah.
So Route 25, this guy's great. He always produces great content on Twitter. Route 2FI, how-tos on staking. He does all the circular shit where he stakes here, withdraws there, posts here, stakes there, brings it back, and you're getting 78% interest on your UST, right? Whatever.
The loops, yeah.
Loops. So he posted about new Charm Lambda, which is a spell/mem protocol in Phantom that allows you to take your what's Phantom's Olympus DAO. Anyway,
the only one I know on Phantom. Shit, I don't know. Man.
Anyway, lets you borrow against your stake tokens, right? So the tokens you get proving you were staked, you can borrow against them. So in yield farms, primarily, Abracadabra is where you take your rebase tokens like Time, but Memo, I mean. But this is a new one on Phantom. That's basically, he said it's not a complete clone, but it's similar, I guess. And his point was that Spell has gone up 100x since launching on Avalanche. So I think he's basically saying this is a play similar to Spell because it's a lending protocol. There's a stablecoin Lambda in the mix. So and Spell was blowing up this week. I don't know what it's doing today, but it was blowing up.
Well, somebody just mentioned Spartacus DAO. I think that's the OMI fork on Phantom.
Okay.
But yeah, no,
I know there's Phantom. Phantom. Oh, what? Hey, we have a tool open that would.
What was I going to say? I was in Spell a ways back when it was at maybe 0.9. penny, 0.9 cents, and I wrote it up to like 2, and then I dumped it, and then I was kind of regretting it because I saw it go to like 3, and then I see now it's at like 1.1 again or something.
Oh, wow.
Probably lower today. So it's one of those ones. There's a ton of tokens, and there's a lot of early people there. So the model worked really well. I just don't know if that thing can ever really get over 3 cents just because of how many tokens there are.
Right.
But I like the model when it's early. But look, the way I approach this, so I'm going to try to say this in a way that's not financial advice, is that when I figure out, okay, I'm going to put $1,000 in something, I start with 250, the first slug, and I see what's going to happen. And so I want to make sure I have dry powder in case it goes down.
Right.
And I don't put the whole thing in at once, so I don't chase it, because what happens is it's going to go down some. And then if you put all your powder in, you're reeling and fudding in the chats and everything and all pissed off because, telling developers, get the token price up like they can do anything. And, it just gets nauseating. So I think that strategy works. And if you F it up, you're only out 25% of your money. It's good. Your stake, your plan. So it's good. Not advice to anybody, but I think it's a nice not risk-free, but risk-adjusted strategy. If you're in it for a long haul, if you're not just like day trading it. So.
Here's 5 that are on Phantom real quick for everybody. Exodia, Phantom, Giza DAO, Hector, and Spartacus are all Phantom Olympus DAO forks.
I haven't looked at Spartacus yet. I did look at Hector.
Yeah.
I like that.
So Hector's at 917,000%. Giza is at 988 million. Phantom is at 15 million.
That's a really good point. To follow on what I just said, remember too, when the price is going down, those yields are, they're not going down with the price.
They're usually going up because the price is going down because people are unstaking and selling. So the less people in that pool, the more you're going to make on APY.
Right. And so then when the rebases come in, they're not coming in on dollar value. They're coming in on like a decimal digital representation. If you have 1 and the rebase is, 0.07, you're getting 0.21 of that token per day. Yeah. So even if the price is going down with that interest rate, you're kind of offsetting that. And it's the same with, the other DeFi that, we do a lot too, the yield farming. So that's why you don't panic at that point. It's usually best just to stop looking at it.
Yeah. And, it's like that day. There was a day a while back. I was watching Olympus. If I said this yesterday, I apologize, you guys. I'm not 20 anymore. But there was that day I was watching Olympus, and it dropped, like it had some massive drop. Like it was like a really big dump. Like some VC must have sold their entire nut, right? And I didn't panic at all because I knew how the system works because Zeus taught me how his system works, right? And so I'm watching this dump, and it was like there was like I guess like 25 million in TVL lost or 20 million in TVL lost, I think it was. And I watched this fucking TVL dump while the price is dumping, right? I watched the API go zoom straight up, and no, that's not an erection. And then you watch as the APY starts soaring, here comes that fucking TVL again, right? Everybody's watching it going, oh, fuck, I'm going to get some of that. That's the whole psychology of these protocols, is they play off of our emotions. And you either are going to be somebody who's like, fuck it, I get this, I'm staying in, or you're going to be somebody that bounces in and out trying to capture those high APYs. The beauty of it is, you're still at 7,000% APY, guys, even when it's soaring, right? So now Olympus is going to jump down to 1,000 to 2,000% APY supposedly in January if the DAO, all the people in it vote for that. And that goal of that is to stabilize it over time, make it more attractive to more institutional like folks, I guess. So
well, on that same vein, that's kind of what happened to Klima, or I call it Klima. I always call
I have no idea. Klima makes sense because it's climate change.
Yeah. But that was down in like the 600 range, 700 range today. I bought some more because it has an end goal. I mean, also there's an article I read, I think we got it in the queue somewhere, about nobody's talking about inflation and carbon credits. and carbon credits have like skyrocketed because of climate. So, all these dirty polluters now, all of a sudden, they're now thinking about how do we change our rigs so that we're not as polluting. We don't have to buy as many carbon credits. So it's working. But it's again, the yield went down. A bunch of people dumped because they're like, oh my God. And, soon enough, people are going to go, holy shit, climate's only $700 and they're going to come piling in and you're going to see it roll back up. So,
well, it's on sale and the APY is high, right?
Yeah. Like, are you looking at it right now?
No, I'm just saying that's the scenario, right? Yeah. That's the beauty of what they built is it's like, okay, I can get it a lot cheaper and I can get a lot more of them while it goes back up.
There's another one that's about the ocean and cleaning up the ocean. That there's a big fight going over whitelisting and stuff. And I think you have to Google it and then find the Twitter handles and stuff. But where you go do things like compose something or invite 5 friends and do all of this stuff. But this is all about, so it's a Clima clone, fork, whatever. And it's all about the ocean and it's getting a lot of attention. Just trying to find it real quick.
Is that the one you sent me?
No, I don't think I sent it. Well, you look and see what that one's called.
Carbon. No, this is the carbon offsets one.
Yeah, I'm just trying to scroll up. There's a bunch of people in one of my chat talking about it. I mean, I'll have the name for tomorrow if I can't find it.
Okay.
Climate THG. Yeah, Monday. Sorry.
So a buddy of mine I respect a lot. I did an interview with the guys at Bean. They've changed their interface, so I'm trying to figure out where the earn is on this new interface. Change network, but evidently he said that this week there's been some serious gains on Bean's pools. Let me see something.
I think this is called Ocean Dao.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Somebody's saying climate is for carbon credits, but ocean is like 80% of the entire planet.
Oh shit! Look at this, man. LPAPY. Sorry, did you find it?
I think it's diatom. Diatom.
DIATOM.
Yep.
Is that an Olympus fork?
Let me find something. Okay, I'm going to forward something to the channel real quick. This one. Where the fuck is it? Where DeFi launch? I got it.
Diatoms are algae.
Here it comes. I just sent it. So, there people are buying, whale NFTs right now. And whale number 2 just went for 227 ETH.
Wow.
And when you do it, I guess it removes plastic or something from the ocean somehow. So the metaphor is whales eating the plastic, but that by, I guess, just like kind of a Clima's model, it took out approximately 625,000 kilograms of plastic in the ocean. They have a really good video too.
Nice.
That shows just all this stuff going on out there. So I don't ever have time to go play the games to get whitelisted.
No, I don't want to fuck with that.
But, I recommend doing more of that
whale
to people.
Is beautiful.
Yeah. So that is one that I'm going to keep. I don't know where it is either, if it's Arbitrum or Polygon or what, or ETH. I have no idea. But a lot of people that have been in all of these types of plays are, talking this one up big time.
This whale lives in this harbor. Oh. Huh?
Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
One to look at. And a lot of people that have been in all these other ones are really talking this up. So, and with the 2 ETH first NFTs, whale 1 or whale 2 or whatever they are, going for numbers like that. I think the first one went for 137 or 97 or something ETH. And this one, like what it went for, I mean, you can see where they're going.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'll check it out. I'll take a deeper dive in it.
Yeah.
Beanstalk, bean.money. It's a stable coin. I interviewed them. You can check out the Mission DeFi podcast. Look for Bean. Impressive group. At the time I interviewed them, they had a massive dump on their brand new protocol, and they were excited to see how it maintained itself. So far, supposedly it's been maintaining its peg pretty nicely. Let's take a look. Yeah, I mean, it's bouncing around. It's having an off day today, but this is a brand new protocol. At the end of the day, the more that gets staked in it and borrowed against it, it's a really complex model. You need to read the documentation because they use funky names. And I told them when I interviewed them, it was too funky, but whatever. But the liquidity pool APY is paying 1,438%. And I guess this is single staking of beans is 1,228%.
Bean.io?
No, bean.money.
Oh, the better.
And these guys are, they're not kind of just, let's see what happens. They're actually very aggressively are trying to create an algorithmic stablecoin that will dominate. That's their goal. Now, it's ETH, it's mainnet, so big fees. But, you know, let's see what this says. Bean APY is a rough estimate based on liquidity weighted average of beans minted over the previous 168 seasons normalized to the current liquidity. For the complete formulas used to calculate APY, click here. Like I said, it's kind of complex, but, you know, 1,228% APY on a stable coin, if it maintains its stability and peg, pretty fucking good.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the old Iron Finance, you know, when they were playing a game similar to this. And then,
yeah, I think these guys have thought through it a little more than those fucking guys.
Well, those guys were like the first one out, you know. So,
and the cool thing is like I said, when I interviewed them, they were in the middle of like somebody had bought a big nut worth millions of dollars worth and dumped it all at once. And I think their suspicion was it was somebody trying to break it, right?
Yeah.
And they were so excited. I mean, it was like they're young. They were so excited that somebody was like this quickly testing their protocol to see if it could maintain its peg. I was impressed with their attitude about it. So.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. They're probably all sitting around a door on top of some file cabinets in a garage while somebody's coming in trying to take down the platform, and they're like, you know, fighting by poolside or whatever.
It's hilarious.
I love that.
Yeah,
I'm going to look more at this one too. I didn't get a chance to look at Spartacus, but I am definitely.
Looks like there's some arbitrage opportunities here, man.
$1.14. Yeah, where you see I see 0.96 on the top menu.
You have to connect your wallet. You have to be on the Ethereum mainnet to see everything. I hate
got it. Yeah,
I hate when they do that.
I'll look at it later.
Anyway, nice stuff.
Yeah, it looks. Well, everybody's trying to come up with the angle of how do you know, when people commit to something, how do you keep them in?
Yeah.
And so, you know, one way is you look at the bonding and minting. So, you know, you can't just rush out of that. Some people make you vest all of it in 5 days, and others like vest it incrementally. I personally would like to see longer bonds on some of these.
Yeah.
You know, 10-day, 30-day, 90-day type stuff, just to see who at higher interest rates, just to see who would bite. Might be interesting.
Yeah.
Anything that keeps the mechanism stable and keeps people in. And then again, having an end purpose for the money. What are you going to do with it? You know, are you building a game? You know, are you donating to causes? Is it a nonprofit type DAO? You know, all those types of things to me make sense. Otherwise, if I don't see an end game, then it's just pure, you know, just pure legal Ponzonomics at that point.
Yeah,
I'm joking, of course, but
I know what you mean.
That kind of, you know, I'm not looking at that as a long play. I look at that as short play.
Yeah.
But it doesn't keep me away from it.
No,
I just know that it's going to tap out eventually unless they add something new. And so that's what I always look for. And these guys sound very credible. You talk to them?
Yeah. There's an interview on the podcast feed with them. Good guys. I was really impressed with the team.
So I would bet, you know, that they have a bunch of stuff in stealth mode getting ready to come out to like chase these platforms. So
probably
I'll dig.
I don't have anything else major, Joe, and I got to prep for 1 o'clock. But if you want to talk about something else, we can.
Let me just double check to see if we covered everything I sent
This is a protocol a bunch of people are investing in. It's a privacy-based protocol. I think it's its own chain and can operate as a layer on other chains. It's called Ironfish. All about, see a new chain with the strongest privacy. So anyways, evidently there's some way they can layer on top of other chains to provide privacy, but at the same time be its own privacy thing. Big push on usability and a lot of money piled into this project recently. So that's why I put it on my radar. But people can check it out if they want. Ironfish.network. Ironfish.network.
And there's a trailer out for the Untitled game that's coming up.
Oh yeah, I had that loaded up.
Yeah, it takes a couple minutes to play, but you could just Google it.
UNUSDAO.
Yeah, and NFT GameFi. Oh, you got it up? Okay.
Yeah. Spice is the most valuable resource.
But I like it because it's
Only produced on the planet of Dune.
Dune. So a little
Little
IP
IP theft.
hijacking. Yeah,
Yeah.
hijacking. Sort of. But it's got a concept and a game coming, and so they're trying to show that
Miner number 3002. Yeah, we got backstory. We stole it from an author, but we got backstory. Looters arrive.
The bad guys.
There's looter number 3705.
Those are the day traders, the swing traders. They're the 00. No, they're the 10s. Basically, 1, 0.
That's cute. I like the idea that they're adding this kind of gameplay to it. It makes a lot of sense.
So these companies, if you're using those proceeds in a treasury to finance things that extend your platform and your brand, that's what I like to see. Now, of course, execution risk is a whole nother thing. But the fact that they're even talking about it is cool to me. And I think
so. Our buddy Corey is launching soon. There will be a uplift potentially.
Oh yeah, is that the Decentraland sandbox one I sent you?
No, I'm talking about Corey's project, Uplift, the Minecraft metaverse.
God,
no, that's not. No. That's the one you sent me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, got it. I was going to say that looks a lot like.
No, that made me think of it. Anyway, they are going to have another Uplift Minecraft metaverse world on another chain. I'm not going to disclose it until he does, but I'm excited.
That's blue? That's that blue DAC token or whatever.
Yep.
Right?
That's the one that's on Crystal.
Yeah. So look, this link that I shared with Brad is kind of compares Decentraland and Sandbox. So it's worth watching.
I've never used Sandbox. Decentraland, I found an unusable pile of crap. But
I'm not in any of these, to be honest. I was in these early, like earlier in the year, and I 10x'd and then I was gone.
Yeah.
And so, but these now, I didn't get, a lot of the people were buying land parcels. I didn't get on that. That was a miss because you could buy them for $50 and now they're going for like 10, 30 ETH. Right. But big names are in these. Adidas has bought land. I mean, people are coming in to set up retail operations here because they're both going into the, the AR, VR world, so to speak, the goggles and everything where you're walking around in there. So one of the things that they speculate about in this video, what's that one called so they can Google it themselves?
I'm putting it on the screen. Sandbox versus Decentraland, Battle of the Metaverse.
Yeah.
And DCL Blogger is the content producer. It's his channel.
So he's pretty good as far as explaining it all. And then some teasers that I think the Decentraland guy said where he's, tweeting out he's got his VR goggles on and some controllers. And he's like, guess what's coming next? So, a lot of people don't like the Decentraland look and feel. I kind of think it looks a little Robloxy, so I don't mind it.
I don't mind the look and feel as much as the usability. It's just painful to use. It's just
how do you walk around and stuff in there?
Letter keys and shit, and it's just there's nothing there
Clunky.
That I go, oh, awesome. And here's look, all of these things have this problem is bridging the interaction gap. If I'm walking around in this metaverse and I'm just randomly running into people, I don't have any knowledge of where they're coming from, who they are, why they are, it's very hard to just randomly connect to people. So I understand there are parts of the metaverse where, it might be an NFT gallery or whatever, where you might meet people that have like-minded interests, but it's very hard to bridge that. And I think, I think somebody's going to break that code to make it so people do more direct interaction once they're in there with strangers, and that'll help.
Yeah, I think that also, we see it one way, but as what was his name, Bill Ty said, look at what your 8 to 12-year-olds are doing.
Yeah, well, my kids think Snapchat has a good interface, and I want to burn it to the ground. So,
but they like what they're used to using.
Yeah.
So when these things scale out, and then all of a sudden you add in, the VR and all of those elements. Then it becomes something, instead of just people looking at their phone screens all day, they're going to be looking at shit in here all day.
Right. But I mean, Decentraland is losing users. So
it's
like, I'd like to take a look at Sandbox though. That looks interesting.
Yeah. Watch the videos because, It's cool, but I know we got to go. I'm waiting on an Amazon or a Whole Foods delivery. I'm trying to make sure they don't get here now, but, and you've got another call, but I'm trying to think, did we cover everything? I think so.
Yeah.
You mentioned Apollo DAO. I don't know what that one is.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on the next one.
Yeah, cool. All right, everybody, have a good weekend.
Everybody have a lovely weekend. Thanks for listening. Please share this with your friends and family. I got the last 2 episodes up in the podcast feed. Apologies for the long delay. This one will be up sometime this afternoon. And I have 2 podcast episodes coming out, 100 Finance, not 100 Finance, Spirit Swap and Genomes.io. So be on the lookout for those. Those are the long form interviews, not the degen stuff that Joe and I do. So thanks, Joe. Thanks, everybody. Love you guys. Have a great weekend.
Likewise to everyone.
See you, buddy.
Monday.